Hello, everybody watching. My name is Sean, and you are watching my live stream special. We have just hit an amazing milestone here on the channel, and we just got to 300,000 subscribers. And anybody who has been watching this channel for any amount of time knows that that is triple what was my original goal. Like, the goal that literally kept me alive for a long time was 100,000 subscribers. And when you reach a point like that, you got to decide what's next. And I decided that a million subscribers was like our next huge goal. And that's what we're marching on towards now. 300,000 is a big number. I wanted to come on and do something for the 250,000. But man, it's just been so crazy. We've been traveling. We've been making all these videos. You might have noticed we've been getting up 2 videos a week for the last few weeks. I don't want to come out and commit to that, because that's a heavy schedule, but I've just, the ideas and the videos, they're coming fast and furious, and we got to get them out there for you. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to come on here, now that we've reached this huge milestone, I wanted to come on here and thank everyone out there watching these videos all around the world, all the subscribers, everybody sharing the links, taking a look at these videos, all the superhero fans making this awesome thing happen. There's a lot of really, really great people working on this YouTube channel and working very, very hard to make things very entertaining for all of you out there. So it means the world to me and everybody that works on these videos that you're all out there watching them and enjoying them the way you are. So being that it's such a huge moment, we wanted to take an opportunity just now to talk to you about some, well, one just minor change that's coming to the channel here. You know that we do the shout outs at the end of the videos, right? I come on and I say shout outs for, and I list people who I picked out of the comments, and then I say new subscriber alert, and I pick names out of the comments, and then I say, are you a new subscriber? What was your favorite part of this video? Let me know in the comments and I'll shout you out. And then I do a dramatic exit out of frame. Well, there's going to be a change to that format. The whole doing the shout outs thing has been very, very good for the channel, and we've gotten a lot out of it. My absolute favorite thing about it is the community that's developed around it. And when people are in the comments jockeying for position to be there, that sense of community that exists right there with the shout outs is one of my favorite things about doing this channel. The engagement that I've got with the viewers, right? That community that's at the center of the shout outs and people wanting the shout outs and stuff. But at the same time, these videos are seen millions and millions and millions of times a week all over the world. And there's a lot of people watching who are not subscribed to the channel yet, right? So I've been experimenting very recently with doing things a little bit differently. So you've noticed that I haven't been coming on at the end of the last few videos. And instead what I'm doing is bringing out a new thing called the featured fan. So instead of having me come on at the very, very end and say your name, that ending card thing at the end of the videos is going to be much shorter going forward. We're going to aim for 2 to 5 seconds instead of the 20 to 30 we've been doing with the shout outs. And instead, you're going to see your name. If you're one of the featured fans, you're going to see your name in the description with the link to your channel. And one of the featured fans is going to go in the cards. On any of these YouTube videos, when you you tap your screen on mobile or hover your mouse over the video screen on desktop, and you see that eye, the little information eye comes up in the corner, that's the cards. And when you click on there, one of those cards is going to be a link to the featured fan on every video that we put up. So it's a slight change to the shout outs, but it's actually going to work out better for everybody who gets a shout out and becomes a featured fan, because instead of just hearing me say your name, you're actually going to get the link to your channel, which counts for a lot more when it comes to the Google algorithm and giving you out there promotion. So that's something, small that I can do for the fans out there. But that sense of dialogue and communication that we had with the shout outs, I want to engage that. I want to keep that going. So it just has to change form. Because here's the scoop. When I was doing the shout outs today, the way I was doing them at the end of the videos, remember how I said people are coming through, a lot of people watch the videos who aren't subscribed yet. Well, those people don't know me yet. So they're trying to watch a video about Spider-Man or Superman, and then here's somebody they don't know talking to them about whatever and showing out the viewers, right? So they just want to get to the next Spider-Man video. So we're easing that process so that we can get the viewer retention up, right? Just doing things better all the time. But I also want to do the shout outs and have that engagement. So there's a couple of things that I want to put to you, and you can give me your idea. You can comment down below, let me know on Twitter or what have you. You can let me know if you would like to see things happen, like a new show launched on the channel, like a whole separate video series that's just the shout outs. Or perhaps I do like a whole long half-hour to an hour-long thing on my vlog channel every week, where I'll do like an ask video and do shout outs and stuff every single week, and then you'll see your name, you'll get the link, all that kind of stuff, and put that over in the blog channel and do it like a real special feature like every Monday or something like that. Would love to know what you guys think, what you guys want to see in that direction. And also, we're announcing here, like I said, the new featured fan here on the Sean Ward Show, and that's going to be a lot of fun. We've been rolling that out, sort of soft launching that feature over the last couple of weeks, and let me tell you this, the rate of people watching the videos for subscribers versus not subscribers, like I see that ratio in my analytics, and over the last few videos, the rate of subscribers watching has been going up, like that ratio has been going up in the percentage column, 0.1%. by every day. So that's telling me that people are coming, they're seeing the videos, they're liking what I'm seeing, they're clicking subscribe, and then they're sticking around to start popping them like candy. So that's very, 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 very exciting. The fan feature, that's a new feature here on the channel. The other bit of news that I had to share with you, before I get into it, I'll point out for the people watching, I see some people watching here, that we're going to get into your questions right after I make these announcements. So in my previous Ask Sean video, people put comments in, people put questions in the comments. So I'm going to be getting those questions out of there. And if you didn't get a question in that way, you can submit it to me on Twitter. After I go through those questions in the comments on that video, then I'm going to take a look at the questions on Twitter. You can hit me up there. It's at Sean Ward. Now, the other bit of news that I wanted to share with you is that starting this Friday, May 20th, I'm going to be embarking on a very exciting month-long project. I'm partnering up with a new app called live.me. Let me see, can you see that? There's the icon right there. They're on my phone. Live.me is a new live streaming app, and I'm going to be going live on there for half an hour to an hour every single weekday in May. Probably do some weekend shows too, because this is going to be a lot of fun. So I can't wait to talk to you there, see you there. I'm going to bring you along on all different parts of my life you've never seen before. I'm going to try out all kinds of new different ideas for shows, and who even knows? There's just going to be, it's one of those things that I'm walking into it just with the attitude that cool things are going to come up from it that I can't even predict yet, that I won't see until I get there. I'm just looking really forward to that. So follow me along starting this Friday, May 20th on live.me. Install the live.me app on your phone and follow me there. I'll just give you a little taste here when you open it up. Right, you get that screen, and then this is like your feed that shows you all the people who are live streaming right now on the platform. And then when I go over to here, this is me, and there's my info. And so when you get live.me installed on your phone, add me. I'm just my name, Sean Ward. Add me on live.me and watch for links to my live streams starting up this Friday. Very exciting. Now, without further ado, let's get to the main event here and do the Ask Sean questions. One of my favorite things here is doing the Ask Sean questions. So taking your questions right now, let's just open up this page. And the first question is coming from Video Game Fan 45. He asks, Armored Batman versus Iron Man, who would win? You know, I took a look at this question a little earlier, and at first I was going to say Iron Man until I realized that Iron Man is just a guy. He has no powers. He has a lot of money, kind of like Bruce Wayne. But if it comes down to who I think is going to be the better detective, who's going to do a better job of picking out the other guy's weaknesses, who's going to do a better job of being able to exploit the other guy's weaknesses, who's going to be the better technologist, I think that it would be a great fight that Batman in the end would win. That's just me. The next question coming at you, the Arkham player has asked me, what are your thoughts on the last Batman game, and who's your favorite superhero, Marvel or DC? The last Batman game, you know what? I'm not much of a gamer, so I don't know what the last Batman game was. I know there's the whole Arkham series, and I love the look of them and stuff, but I have actually, beyond just like being at a friend's house and picking it up and making them go walk around a little bit and fight a couple bad guys, haven't really played much of the Arkham games. Love the superheroes, but as you know, I'm much more into the comics. If I'm going to spend, a little bit of downtime relaxing, I'm probably going to do it reading Batman comics over playing Batman video games. So the other part of your question, who's your favorite superhero, Marvel or DC? I'll give you both, and that should be obvious if you've been watching this channel for any length of time. My favorite Marvel superhero, in fact, my favorite superhero at all, Spider-Man, and my favorite DC superhero is Batman. I love both of those characters so much, and actually made this whole channel and basically my whole career teaming them up. And it's been a lot of fun. The next question is coming courtesy of Locust Sniper. He says, I'm a new subscriber to your channel, and I gotta say, you're absolutely awesome, man. Well, thank you very much. I'm loving all your videos, and it's really awesome to meet you in person one day. My question for you is, do you think there will ever be a Marvel Ultimate Alliance film adaptation of the game? At this point, I would say probably, because this whole superhero movie thing is not going anywhere, and it's going to stay being a lot of fun, and they're going to just keep, Infinity War is going to come and go, and then there's going to be whatever's next, and then that's going to come and go, and there's going to be whatever's next. So as they keep having to, dig for more and more ideas, I can't imagine why they wouldn't eventually come around to a popular video game and say, hey, there's a few dollars to be made making a movie of that. And I'll buy a ticket and take the whole crew to see it when it comes out. Oh, man. So Cheyenne Richmond, give her a shout out. She didn't ask a question. She just said that she subscribed about a week ago and fell in love with the video, so thank you very much. We got Snow King 587, who has asked, how do you feel about Benedict Cumberbatch playing Doctor Strange? Do you feel that Joaquin Phoenix would have been better? You know what? When Joaquin Phoenix was the casting rumor for Doctor Strange, I was actually really excited. I thought that was brilliant casting. It's not what you immediately would think of when you picture Doctor Strange, right? That's not the look. And even the vibe's a little different. But I also think that when you're doing to Doctor Strange what they've done to so many other characters, keeping them like their classic character, why you love them so much, but updating it just a little bit, right? With those characters that aren't the marquee ones, right? Like all the A-tier Avengers, the first string Avengers, Spider-Man, right? With everybody who's not part of that, like the main ones, you can get away with a lot more, which is why Guardians of the Galaxy was able to be so new and so fun, because they weren't beholden to the comics, because they weren't quite as popular, you know what I mean? There isn't the same fan base fervor if you change something, you know what I mean? So I think Doctor Strange would probably be one of those characters where you would want to change things, update it, do things a little bit different, but keep them what's real. So I was actually a little bit surprised when they announced Benedict Cumberbatch was going to be playing Doctor Strange, because he looks so much like what you see in the comics, and it just seemed almost too on the nose for me. So what did I think when they announced it? I thought, like I said, I thought it was like an obvious choice. But at the same time, they've done no wrong yet. We've seen the trailer. The movie looks great, and I love that the Marvel thing is at a point now where it's like, even if Doctor Strange comes out and it's just way too weird for people, it's ahead of its time, and it's not the hit that so many other Marvel movies have been, that Marvel just chugs along, right? That no one movie makes or breaks the franchise. And when you have that kind of confidence, you can then try bold experiments and do little cult things. So when we see the trailer, when we see some of the visuals that we've been shown in that, I'm just looking really, really forward to finding out if I'm right about my intuition when I saw Ant-Man, which was when we did the subatomic sequence and it got all trippy and psychedelic on you. I was thinking to myself that they're setting us up for some of what we're going to see in Doctor Strange with that, the whole quantum realm thing, and I can't wait for it, because I'm a superhero fan first and foremost, but one of my private passions, hobbies, this kind of thing, is new school religion, spirituality, quantum physics, manifestation, all this kind of stuff, right? These are big things that I think about a lot, and I'm really into just philosophy and all that kind of stuff. And so Doctor Strange is one of my most anticipated Marvel movies. Hope you enjoyed that long-winded response. If you're just joining us right now, I'd like to remind you that we're taking questions from real viewers just like you. So you can ask me your question on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @SeanWard, 8 letters, it's just my name. Ask me your question on Twitter, and I'll be getting right to it. So the next question is going to come to us from Christian Ahumada. It says, in the future, now or would you stream on YouTube? Well, I'm streaming on YouTube right now. Spider-Girl456 says, what do you think about Lady Deadpool and Spider-Man being together? And will you make another video with them? Well, if it ever gets to a point where Spider-Man and Lady D are partnered up and dating in the comics, I'm going to take credit for putting that out there, and I'm going to insist that they got it from me, because I loved pairing those two up. What do I think of them together? I think that that is just such fertile comedy soil, and I have a lot of fun putting them together, and yes, absolutely, we'll make another video with them. I don't know who's watching this or how many people are going to watch it down the road, so I'll just pretend nobody's watching, and I'll share a little secret with you that what I'm trying to put together right now, that you'll see it probably more towards summertime, is Lady Deadpool and Spider-Man not quite a double date, not quite a sabotaging thing with another couple, which would be Kylo Ren and Lilu from The Fifth Element. All right. Next question is from RPT14. He says, hey, I'm a new sub. Can you give me a shout out, please, to my YouTube? Well, there you go, RPT14. Hitting you up. All right. Enrique Diaz coming right at you here. He says, you surprised my answer my question. You just made my day. Oh, he was just thanking me for answering his question last time. All right. Okay. Energy. Straight up. That's an easy name. He says to me, which speedster is the best? Well, I guess we're talking about the Flash with that one. And I got to go maybe on the Barry Allen tip just because I have very, very, very fond memories of a short-lived CBS primetime series called The Flash, starring John Wesley Shipp. And I'll tell you a fun story about that right now. I was a little kid when that show was on, and I can remember that I was in trouble. I don't even remember what I was in trouble for. All I remember is that my punishment was I was not allowed to watch TV for a week. And wouldn't you know it, that was the week that, like, this was the most big guns episode of The Flash that they did in that whole show. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's the one when Mark Hamill was guest starring as the villain. He was going to be the trickster. And this was the one that was going to come on that week. And I don't even remember what I was in trouble for, but I remember just, like, trying so hard to beg and to reason with my mom. Mom, you don't understand. This is beyond just punishment. Like, this is a kid who's, like, at that point, at that age, like the kind of little kid coming into, you know, public school, end of public school, getting up towards, looking forward to middle school. So just starting to be a little bit of a snot-nosed brat, thinking he knows a thing or two. And yeah, comics and superheroes was just like all I lived for. So to have this punishment, I can't see this show of all shows, whatever. So I think to this day, I've still never seen that episode. That might be something fun to do, is to watch that episode and have a few words to say about it here on YouTube. So you out there watching, if you're just joining, I want to remind you that I'm taking your questions. I'm answering questions submitted by honest-to-God viewers just like you. These are questions that were submitted in the comment section of the previous Ask video. But if you didn't get a question in there, get it to me right now on Twitter. It's at Sean Ward. That's just my name. Maybe one day I'll get rings. SEANWARD, so I can just be all like, tweet me. Okay. Kemin S asks me, 2016 Joker or 2008 Joker? Well, here's the thing. You can't answer a question like that with 2008 Joker, because then you're just a fuddy-duddy who's resistant to change. But if I say 2016 Joker, now I'm a guy who's just jumping on the bandwagon and only likes stuff because it's popular. No, but the honest to God thing is that I love all expressions of the characters, and I like Grant Morrison's attitude that, you know, a human life is long, and you go through so many stages in your life. So you treat it with these fictional characters that you love, that there's so much material out there. You treat it like incarnation. Each incarnation of the character is like, it's all right. It's all the same guy, and it's all phases in his life. He goes on to explain how that applies to Batman and sequences like the whole thing out for you, and it's actually really, really fascinating. So I would probably just think of it more like, you know, the 2008 Joker is the same guy as the 2016 Joker, who just one is 2 or 3 years older than the other, maybe. I don't know. I love them both, and I'm just so excited every time they give us another incarnation of these characters, because it's more stuff to go watch, and when it's good, it's great, and that's just how I live and how I feel about it. So another question that we already answered here from Dragon Girl Plays about my favorite superhero, Marvel and DC. But I just wanted to shout out Dragon Girl Plays, because Dragon Girl Plays comments on the videos a lot. She shouts out a lot. So hello to Dragon Girl Plays. All right, and we have, we got some questions inside of some replies here. Okay, so the Arkham player asks me, what is your favorite character, Indemnity, and what is your thoughts about X-Men Apocalypse? Well, I'm not sure what you mean by my favorite character, Indemnity, or if there's a character called Indemnity and there's different versions and you're wondering which one is my favorite. But when we get to my thoughts about X-Men Apocalypse, I was really, really, really looking forward to X-Men Apocalypse, because Days of Future Past was so good, like so good. And then Deadpool was like even better, if you could believe that. So it looked like they were really teeing up, you know, I'm trying to see if you can get my golf swing here. Maybe I should put the window where I can see myself up so you can Okay, so here's the New Gotham, right? Looked like they were teeing up a real hole-in-one with that X-Men Apocalypse thing. And unfortunately, they're not doing that, it looks like. The reviews are coming in fast and furious, and the reviews are saying it's garbage. I want to not believe the hype, but it's starting to become a preponderance of evidence. So still gonna go see it. Still gonna take the whole crew. But I'm just really hoping for good things from it because I'm excited for it. Let's see. We got the Arkham player again asking, what are your thoughts about Captain America 3? Well, damn, now that we've seen it, ain't that something? You know what? I never even did get a review up of Captain America Civil War because I just had so many videos that were coming out, pow, 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 pow. So by the time I would have actually had just, you know, enough time to sit down and just compose, even if only in my head, something to say about it, it was already, the movie had already been out like a week and a bit. So I'll tell you right now that I loved it. Is it the best Marvel movie? I think it's too soon to tell. I think we're all just so hype on it, and we're all just so excited at having seen Spider-Man and how brilliant the fight scenes were. But I really like it. I feel like the emotional stakes were there. I'll put it to you this way. I feel like the latest Captain America movie, Captain America Civil War, is kind of like Star Wars The Force Awakens. In that, yes, we can agree that this is a movie that's made to a formula, but for the same reason, when you buy a Coca-Cola, there's a formula there, and you're buying it for a particular reason. And so there's something that we want from these superhero movies, and they have to give it to us. And there is something that they have to give us a twist on it, but there is also, like, I don't want to say the template, but there's, you know, something that makes it a superhero movie. And so, yeah, they made that movie, and it was exactly what we needed it to be. Yes, it harkened back to what had come before, but what new there was, and the new characters they brought to it were just so undeniable and so gripping and so exciting that the whole thing is exciting, and it is just a brilliant evolution of the whole enterprise. I love it. I've seen it twice already. The second time I saw it was IMAX 3D, and oh my God, that was so fun. All right, so Alex Cazares says, you inspired me to start getting involved in the Marvel Comics after I watched Deadpool meets Lady Deadpool. Well, I always love turning people onto the stuff that I love so much. Thank you so much. My question is, what inspired you to get involved in the comics? Ooh, that's a good question, because there's so many spots where I could, like, jump in and try to start answering that question. I guess that for me, what inspired me to get involved in comics? Loving comics and loving superheroes and having this attitude that the closest we have to real life superheroes are our artists, our creative people, because they're the ones that have to see the world in a new way, see something new in it that nobody's communicated before, share what they've seen, and then hold that up to ridicule, because that's, you know, it's a cruel world out there sometimes. So, and also just the kind of focus and determination that it takes to make a go of a career doing anything creative in this world. It's the internet has made it easier than ever, but it's still tremendously difficult. The competition is always there. So I look at it like artists are superheroes, and the villains are like all of the things that are in your life distracting that artist from just getting the next thing done, producing the work, building the reputation, building the body of work, you know what I mean? And so that's my 2 cents on that. Amino Acid Type asked, what are your thoughts on what Fine Brothers is doing right now? Well, I'll take this opportunity to say that I actually addressed this in a vlog on my vlog channel. So I'm sure I see the numbers, so I know for a damn fact that a lot of you don't know that I have a vlog channel where I try to upload daily, but I don't, it can't be anything that's a pressure to me. I have enough pressure getting things done on the main channel. That's business. My personal vlog channel has to be more of a hobby, has to be more of a release, more of something that I do for fun, more of just a creative expression for stuff that doesn't fit on the main channel, but also a way to give all of you out there a peek into my world and a peek at what goes on sort of in between the panels, you know, to use the comics lingo. So if you want to see what I've had to say about the whole Fine Brothers React World controversy, you can go check out my vlog channel, which is just, the channel name is like my Twitter name, Sean Ward, all one word, SEANWARD. I swear I'm going to get rings one day. So all of you out there that are just tuning in, this is the live stream 300,000 subscribers special. I'm taking your questions. If you didn't get a question in the comment section of the last Ask Sean video, you can get your question to me right now on Twitter. Hit me up. It's at Sean Ward, just my name, all one word. Ask me your question on Twitter. We're answering real live viewer questions right here, like this question right here from the FX Master, who asks, I'm not sure what Marvel will do after Infinity War. Could you please re-explain it, please? Thanks. Well, of course I can, because I love this question and I love sharing my thoughts on this. My theory goes like this, that once Infinity War 1 and 2, even though now they say they're changing the title, once Infinity War 1 and 2 are behind us, and on the Warner Brothers side of things, Justice League 1 and 2 are behind us, on both sides, in both companies, Disney and Warner Brothers, well, Marvel and Warner Brothers. What happens there is that they both now, the pressure is on because they got to still, they got to raise the stakes. They got to come with what's the next thing after that, right? You've already built up to this huge thing. What comes next? I think that Marvel's ace in the hole, because Warner Brothers will have already shown you all of the DC characters in Justice League that you want to see. On the Marvel side, they've got an ace in the hole. In that, Fox has kind of been holding the X-Men off separate over here. So there exists a possibility that I see where when you fast forward the number of years we're talking about, whatever animosity that exists between Fox and Marvel dissipates when Fox sees how successful the collaboration between Marvel and Sony has been when it comes to Spider-Man, right? Captain America Civil War is out now, and everybody thinks Spider-Man in it was just so good. People are saying it's the best screen Spider-Man we've ever seen based on just a few minutes of footage, right? Remains to be seen when this movie comes out, but let's suppose that movie's a giant hit, right? Fox is going to take notice. And especially if it turns out that Apocalypse is the dud that people are saying it is, then that back-to-back with Fantastic Four means that they need somebody to throw them a bone. And that could be the bone that gets thrown is, Marvel and Fox team up and then announce that the next big thing they're building up to is Avengers versus X-Men. That's got marquee value. I think people would love to see that. I think that the closest Warner Brothers has to that kind of ace in the hole is the whole Crisis on Infinite Earths thing. And I could see them then coming out and doing a thing where it's like the movie versions of the characters and the TV versions of the characters, and maybe even, I don't know, do some animated versions or whatever, but to do like a multiverse thing where it all collides and it's this multimedia TV, movie, mashup thing. Since I came up with this theory, there's been some developments, because now the rumor mill was going that there could be a Spider-Man Deadpool team-up movie. I don't see that happening, because as it is right now, they got to market Spider-Man movies to kids, and Deadpool is the complete opposite of that. So I don't know if it works for movies, at least not yet. But that then has spawned this whole thing about, hey, Marvel and Fox, it could be that they're secretly talking right now, like before Infinity War even happens. So there's a lot going on. The rumor mill is abuzz, and a lot of the channels that I watch here on YouTube that cover this stuff, there's a lot of talk about that there might be something cooking behind the scenes between Marvel and Fox. I can't wait to find out if it is, and it's just a big win for all of us, the fans, you know what I mean? So that's very exciting. We have, I'm looking here at somebody putting some profanity in the comments. Saffron TJ asks, will you ever do a collab with Isma Hawk or Variant? Isma Hawk, well, that would be pretty cool. Variant, I would love to do a collaboration with, and in fact, I've thought of that already, and I've just thought of, what would it be? Because I do like the superhero costume, comedy, parody, prank kind of stuff, and they do more kind of news-oriented kind of stuff. But if there was some way for us to collaborate, if the right fit popped into my head, oh, I would aggressively pursue that, and I would love to do a team-up video with Variant, even just to go appear on their channel to deliver a countdown list or be part of one of their, like, you know, presentation videos. I would love it. Yeah, they do a lot of great work over there. Let's see. Ryan Hood has asked, what do you think will happen to future real-life Marvel movies once Stan Lee dies and can't do cameos? Knock on wood here. God forbid that should happen, but I don't think it changes anything. I think that they will address it, some kind of wink and nod to the fans that the fans will understand, like a little Easter egg for the fans. But other than that, I think that this thing is a steamroller and a whole industry unto itself. Like I've said a long time ago, that they're not even movies anymore. Like, yeah, we go to what we know of as a movie theater, and we buy our ticket, we go get the seat like as if we do for a movie, but just the way that they're all interconnected and the way now they're all big series and you got to go see each one to get the full picture. Like, I don't know, it's turned into, it's got more in common with a really big TV show where we have to go pay money to see each new episode, you know what I mean? So I think the whole superhero movie thing is so big that nothing could stop it now. Not even the godfather of this whole stuff not being a part of it. And because, you know, we've seen some of the movies that didn't have the Stan Lee cameo, but then again, that was sort of the kiss of death for those movies, wasn't it? All right, King Lemon asks, what's your favorite Batman suit? That's a great question. I would probably say that it's the Adam West 1966 suit. Now, the reason why I would say that is purely based on nostalgia. Being a little kid, going to see the Batman movie with my dad, and I've explained this in videos before, me watching that movie and thinking that I was watching actual Batman and Robin reenacting their adventures for the movie cameras. And they've done such a good job of cleaning up Gotham City that the villains are appearing in the movie as themselves to show how bad they were and to teach everybody out there not to act like they acted. This is what I thought I was seeing when I saw that old Adam West movie when I was a little kid. So I will always have nostalgia for it, because that suit, just like, there's a confidence that comes with it. Like, it's it's a silly costume. It's a silly outfit. So to wear it with a straight face, you just gotta be so invested in it, and you have so much confidence in it. And to think that an actual guy would be walking around getting in fights wearing that outfit is just so ridiculous and ludicrous. But it's just so irresistible. I can't help but love it. So that is the answer to that question, King Lemon, about what's my favorite Batman suit. But I've also got love and nostalgia for the 1970s Batman costume as drawn by Neil Adams. I got love for that same costume as drawn by Norm Brayfogle. I love the animated series costume. I think it just comes down to that I prefer more of a classic comic book gray and blue, even if you darken it to the point where it's almost gray and black. I kind of like more than the all black, you know, 90s movie version, but that's just me. All right, so that's all the questions from the comments on the last video. I'm gonna go hit up my social media now. So if you are watching this and you wanna ask me a question, all you gotta do is ask me on Twitter. That's my name, Sean Ward, all one word, is my handle. So get your question in there. I'm gonna pop over Twitter and check on your questions right now. Let's see what's up. Oh my goodness. All right. We got Kaya Diril, who says, I love the suit. Well, thank you very much. I was wondering if you guys were going to do a Flash themed video in Team Zoom or Team Flash. That would be a great idea, but actually I just don't know as much about the Flash as I do about Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, Deadpool, you know, the characters that you see on here more frequently. But to do a Flash video, I mean, the show's hot and he's going to be in the movie soon, so I probably should. And now that you put the idea in my head, that's striking me as something that I actually really should do. So yeah, so we are just here doing our live stream special, and I just wanted to come on and thank all of you people out here for getting involved, being involved, watching this channel. This is some incredible stuff. I actually am going to go over to the watch page for this video before I sign off here and make sure that I'm not missing anybody, that I'm getting to everybody's questions. So just in case anybody's putting questions in the watch page for this video, I'm going to put them in here. Okay, well, it looks like that's that. And we're going to go over to here. And where was that? Like, wasn't there like a chat window or something? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so no chats from here, and that's all good. I'm just going to try to check the watch page for this video and make sure that I'm not missing any questions over there. Yeah. All right. But enough about me. How are you? No, I'm just trying to. I got out of the window, so I just got to get the link out of the window over here, and then we're just gonna pop it in over here. And I'm probably gonna see myself because it's the watch page for this live stream. So I got to pause it before I see myself. There we go. All right. Oh, there are some people in the chat. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, so let's go through here and answer some of these questions. We've got a lot of people asking questions in the chat here. Let's see. You're late. Somebody says, I was 2 minutes late. Excuse me. I was showering, putting on a tie. Actually, you know what happened is that this jacket is not the one I was going to wear. And I was looking for the suit that I was going to wear, and I can't find it. How do you lose a suit in your own house? I don't know, but it's around here somewhere. So anyways, just digging out the questions here. Ghost Rider, but I really like Spawn. That's a great comment. LPS Gamer Girl, what is your phone number? Oh, geez. Hey, everyone, who was the best character in Civil War? That's coming at you from Ben V. And that is a very, very easy question. Spider-Man is the answer to that. But that's because we're all so biased that we love Spider-Man. And that's how that goes. We just love Spider-Man so much, and they just knocked it out of the park with how they portrayed him in that movie. But with that said, the Black Panther was probably like the best surprise and the newest addition. Like, we'd seen Spider-Man in the trailer, and we kind of knew what to expect, and there's a lot more of a spotlight on him. Black Panther was a little more of a mystery, a little more of a wild card, and whoa, did they knock it out of the park with him. And as always, one of my favorite guys was the Falcon. I loved watching the Falcon in that movie. And the biggest laugh line, I loved when they had him talking about how he had to get the receipt for the stuff when he gave it over his wings to the government. They got the receipt. Looks like he was a bird costume, and that was the best laugh line of the movie. Yeah, I love the activity in the chat room here. Hey, can you guys do things related to the Flash? Yeah, we just answered a question about the Flash. I wish Spider-Man was on this. Oh, on this live stream. Yeah, we probably should have got some of them in here. That'd be hilarious. A lot of people talking about the Flash, wanting to see the Flash. Mookie Colin Chenfalakio, I hope I said that right, asks, are you going to make another comic book about your drawing? You know what? What's coming up is at Fan Expo, which is my hometown of Toronto's biggest Comic-Con. It's always the #2 or #3 biggest Comic-Con in North America. It's like San Diego's always #1. It's flip-flops a little bit with New York for #2, but New York and Fan Expo, we're always flip-flopping for #2 and 3. So that's pretty cool. Really big con. So at Fan Expo in Toronto, we're going to be debuting a brand new The Sean Ward Show comic book with comic strips made out of images from our videos, full-page pinups of some of your favorite cosplayers, and that's going to give us an opportunity to have something really cool and fun to have when we meet all of our fans at the Comic-Con, something cool for you to get autographed and signed and that kind of stuff. So that is coming at you. Labor Day weekend is when Fan Expo happens, and that's when you'll be able to get that magazine. All right. Can I get a shout out? That's Express HD. That's what I'm saying. Express HD gets that shout out. Oh my God. And then Red Hood says, can you comprehend having 300,000 subscribers? I kind of don't want to. And what I mean by that is that I don't want to get in the mode of feeling overwhelmed by it or think it's a big deal and it's going to change how I approach things, right? I want to keep this YouTube channel feeling like it's the same feeling that me and my friends had when we were making our camcorder movies back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, I was always striving for excellence, even back then with those things. And I like to think that, you know, it was just a little bit of a cut above. But one of my favorite things about, you know, the whole YouTube thing is that now you can be a filmmaker and reach a whole worldwide audience, and you don't have to go like the corporate route. You don't have to impress gatekeepers and all that kind of stuff. You can just start a YouTube channel, do it on your own, and just the fun of it and the freedom of it and just the anything goes nature of it, right? I love those attributes to it. And like I said, it makes me feel like it felt when me and my friends were making camcorder movies back in the day. And I think that's one of the reasons why the channel's been doing great, is because it's got that feeling, that energy, you know what I mean? So I don't ever want it to feel like that energy that I'm describing is not there, because I'm so concerned with trying to, like, every single move, trying to, oh shoot, I gotta make it the biggest thing ever, you know what I mean? It's not putting that pressure on it that makes it be the biggest thing ever, or at least that's how I've always treated it. And things have worked out so far. Worked out okay so far. All right. Endless Wonders asks, how many ties do you have? I got, you know what, if I didn't have to leave this and go to the other room, I'd go get my tie rack to show you, but I've got like a spinny rack that has ties on it. So maybe, I don't know, 30, 20 to 30, more than 20, less than 30. Jade Pool asked, have you watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and who is your favorite? I've only seen the first episode, to be honest with you. Season 1, episode 1 is the only one I watched. My favorite character on that was Agent Ward, probably just because he has the same last name as me. But that's just me. Spider-Woman asks, do you think Spider-Man will kick Deadpool's ass? That's a great question. And no, I think that they'll be friends in the end. Endless Wonder says again, are you going to pick someone up for X-Men Apocalypse on opening night? Do you mean like do a draw to take people? I don't know, because last time I did a draw was when I had tickets for Batman v Superman, and I went on my Facebook page and said I'm going to draw 4 people to come to the movies, and of those 4 people, with 2 no-shows. So we wasted money. This is not corporate sponsor stuff. I'm going out and I'm buying those tickets with my own money, and I had no shows. You believe that? So that's what you get for trying to like do something nice for your subscribers, right? But whatever. No, so yeah, when the superhero movie comes around, I just love turning into a party. I take anywhere from 20 to 32. I think the most we had was 36. Took 36 people to the movies. Unfortunately, it was a Fantastic Four, but what are you gonna do? Okay, for Civil War we took 22 people, and that was nuts. Ben V says, "Hey Sean, I'm back." Hey Ben, I'm front. All right. Mateo says, Sean, you got a picture with me at Comic-Con 2 months ago. Hell yeah, bro. Put it on my Facebook page. I love to see it. Let me see here. Mauricio DK Meja Ramirez has asked me, what do you think about a new movie, Doc Strange? The Doctor Strange movie looks rad. And based on the wording of your question, I'm guessing that you are asking this question from another country where English is not the first language, or not the native language, not the primary language of that country. And if that's the case, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Because whenever I see on Twitter somebody has liked a video and they've got their YouTube account connected to their Twitter account, so then it automatically tweets that they like the video, and that tweet is in a language other than English, that gives me a thrill every time. I always like it. I always retweet it. I love it. So checking out more questions here. Before I get to more questions, I'm just going to give it to you again that we're doing a live stream here to celebrate this channel hitting 300,000 subscribers. So just as a way to say thanks and say what's up to all of you out there. I'm taking real honest-to-God viewer questions. You can visit, if you're watching this, you're obviously on the page, so you can ask a question in the chat box that's right beside the video player, or you could hit me up on Twitter. It's at Sean Ward, all one word. That's my name. Over on Twitter, we got Zemina Star says, random question, what's your favorite color? Also, can I have a shout-out, LPS Gaming 101? Okay, well, LPS Gaming 101, everybody go check that channel out. And what's my favorite color? Red. I hope you could hear that bird out there, because that was just perfect timing the way they came in. LPS Gaming 101 says, notice me. Yes, I'm noticing you right now. Ha, ha, ha. All right. Dante Bacchetti says, my inspiration, and what is your favorite comic book in the world? You are my idol. Oh, geez. Well, thank you very, very much for that, Dante. I appreciate that a lot. But to say, what is my favorite comic book? Oh, my God. You know what? I subscribe to a service called Marvel Unlimited, and that is a service where you can pay, I think it's $9.99 a month or $69.99 a year. I get it by the year because I'm just that nuts. And you basically just get unlimited access, unlimited reading in the app of everything Marvel has published ever. They keep it current up to 6 months previous. So every week they put into that app the stuff that was brand new 6 months ago. And I get all of my comics reading, all my Marvel reading done that way. But it is still my obsession to stay current with buying all of the new issues of The Amazing Spider-Man. Even when I think I don't want to buy it anymore, I still buy every issue of The Amazing Spider-Man, and I collect variant covers now. It's just, that's my obsession. That's my OCD thing, is just like doing this through boxes of comic books and obsessively making sure that I'm up to date and getting all the ones that I want. Like when I go and they don't have the new Spider-Gwen for me, right? If I find out that I missed an issue of Spider-Gwen, I just get so mad. And in fact, that's on last week. The new Spider-Gwen came out, and because I didn't go right on the day it came out, it's sold out. And dude says, "Oh, we'll get it for you next week." And I'm like, "Oh, cheapers." So yeah, I got to stay current with my Spider stuff. So the Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen. I've actually just pared down because I was also collecting Web Warriors, Silk, and a few other ones. But it's basically now just Spider-Gwen and the Amazing Spider-Man, and I'll just read everything else in the app. And I buy a bunch of DC stuff in the app as well. Superman American Alien is my current favorite in the DC app. So there's some recommendations for you. Alex Cazares has asked, who would you like to cosplay? Well, let's see. I've done Iron Man, Kylo Ren. You know what? Star-Lord. That's my thing right now. Is I want to get a really dope Star-Lord costume. I got a mask and it sucked, so I sent it back. I've got the jacket. I just got to get a good mask, and then I'll do an awesome Star-Lord. And I would love to get Star-Lord. The closer we get to the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 movie coming out, the more I'm going to want to put Star-Lord in some videos. So that's who I would love to cosplay. Rex Films has a great question. How's your life? Or are you happy today? I'm very happy today. Thank you very much for asking. Dragon Monarch Does MC says, Sean, since you just said that love's from Turkey, not the food, and yes, I'm watching this at 3:47 a.m. and then in all caps, worth it. So that's Dragon Monarch Does MC telling me that he's watching from Turkey, where it is 3:47 in the morning right now, and it's 8:47 at night for me right now. So, oh wow, I don't know, it blows me away to think of how I'm reaching people in all these countries, and then to do this live stream and to add in that element that we're doing it in real time. That while I'm talking, you're over on the other side of the world, like seeing it as I'm saying it. Oh man, I just love this wired world we're in. I'm a big nerd. What are you gonna do? Jade Poole says, do you think there will be an Inhumans show? No, I don't think there will. They're canceling the movie, which actually was another reason it gave more proof to some people that there's going to be an announcement about X-Men joining the MCU. People think that that's the meaning to be gleaned from the canceling of the Inhumans show. I don't think there's going to be an Inhumans show. I don't think Inhumans is catching on the way Marvel wanted it to, and they're just going to, kind of go, oh, never mind, and that's going to be the legacy of Inhumans. And then they'll probably bring it around in 10 years, and maybe it'll be time for it then. But right now, I can't see it. Ben V says to me, what do you want from Spider-Man Homecoming? That's a great question. So, just off the top of my head here, because I don't really want to get into who I think the main villain should be or what I think the plot should be. As a fan, I want to be surprised. I want to be delighted by it. But there are some things I think that would be cool. One would be to have sort of like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 almost did it. But that whole thing of like, give it a James Bond cold open, just action right out of the gate, and where you use one of like the B-tier villains like Shocker or something like that, and you give Spider-Man like an easy victory right off the top. So we see him in action, we love him already, he's the hero already, and then if you want to get crazy, you could even have something that happens during that mini adventure trigger something or play into something that ends up being a part of the bigger plot down the road. But beyond that, I guess the only thing that I want to see is the classic costume. The one from Civil War had like some just bizarre random stripes in places that I think was more about making him look like Tony Stark has brought him into this. I'm hoping that in the Homecoming, it's just going to be get rid of those stripes and it's just the classic costume out of the comics. That's my dream. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 came so close to getting that costume right in the comics. It was the best one we had seen up to that point, but there's still just a little bit better that I hope that they do with that Homecoming movie. All right. Ben V says, I'm watching at 10:49 a.m. Well, Ben V, where are you? Where in the world are you that it's 10:49 a.m. right now? Yeah, that's 14. It's either 14 hours ago or 10 hours from now. Ben V, you're watching at 10:49 a.m. What day is it? Is it Wednesday or is it Thursday where you are? All right. Rex Films is from Maine. Well, hey, I love my U.S. viewers just as much. I love people watching from all over the place. It's just this wired world thing and thinking people watching stuff all around the world all at once. That is crazy. A Spider-Woman. Can you ask Spider-Man if he can date me? Spider-Man, can you date her? He said yes. Love your videos, dude. That is from Marthiern. Is that how you say that? Pretty cool. Word up. Rex Film is saying, what's your favorite game? You know what? I play a lot of you know what? I'll show you what kind. Here's the kind of games I like. Okay, I'll show you because people ask me about games all the time. So let me hit you up with what kind of games I like. Okay, you see this over here? This 10,000 Big Maker. This is the kind of game I like. People send me messages here. You see this? So you got to come like these games that are about like combining numbers, and then you got to like connect them up to make them disappear. You know what I'm saying? These are the kind of games that I like. So that's my favorite game right there. I know it's kind of silly. That's just what I like. Jade Pool says, do you think, oh, hold on a second. Ben V has answered me. He's in Australia. One of my very, very best friends lives in Australia. She lives in Toowoomba. Are you anywhere near Toowoomba, Ben V? So Jade Pool's asking, do you think someone from the Avengers will die in Infinity Wars? I think it's, I would have said yeah, probably a couple of weeks ago. But now that we've seen Civil War and we see how they treated Rhodey, like Rhodey falling out of the sky, like should have been dead. And the way that it played out in the movie, it sort of felt like they wanted us to think he was dead. But then they come in at the very end and just be like, well, nope, he's still alive. His legs are a little banged up, but we made him some robot legs for his legs, and now he can walk again. So for me, I think it's 50-50 because I almost feel like just because I've seen enough movies to sort of get the gist of knowing what to expect and see it coming when they're going to try to tug at my heartstrings. But there also seems to be a deliberate aversion to showing characters die, except for Quicksilver in Age of Ultron. I don't know. I really don't know, Jade Pool. I think it's 50-50 for me. Mr. Deadpool asking, are you ever going to do more Deadpool stuff? Yes. Yes, we're going to do a lot more Deadpool stuff. Don't even worry about that. Dragon Monarch does MC is saying, do you think there would be Marvel DC crossover movie in the future? I think the only way that would happen would be if Disney buys DC Comics. And I can see that happening. Part of me thinks it's halfway likely because how many swings and misses can a giant corporation afford before they just say, you know what, it's a depreciating asset. We can't afford it. Let's just cut our losses, get what we can get for it, and move on with our lives. If Warner Brothers doesn't get this whole DC movie thing upright, I think they've only got another couple of movies not hitting it big before they just say forget it and either do a licensing deal or something. But I don't know. I just feel like it wouldn't be any kind of surprise at all if they announced that Disney was buying DC Comics. And how much fun would that be? You now have like easily 5 or 6 years worth of movies of all of the DC and Marvel characters getting, those universes getting stitched together. That would be a lot of fun, I think. Tamakan, dude, love your channel. Thank you so much for that compliment. I love it. I love doing this channel. Honest to God, getting to do this YouTube channel and make these videos for you guys is, honest to God, the best thing that's ever happened to me. It's every dream I thought I ever had as a kid, as a young guy growing up, what I wanted to be in my life. This YouTube channel, what we do with it, it's what I wanted to be when I grew up, but so much more, right? It's almost because it's almost like, you know, YouTube, or the business of YouTube at least, didn't exist yet. Couldn't have seen it, couldn't have predicted it. So based on the information that I had, there's you know, the whole movie comics thing that I wanted to be was based on what existed at the time, right? But then YouTube has come along and removed so many restrictions, removed so many separations, and now I just get to like live this fantasy world of being a professional superhero fan. It's wonderful. And a comment like that, a guy coming into my live stream to get up in the chat just to tell me he loves my channel, like that touches me, man. I just thank you so much. Endless Wonders is asking me, at MegaCon, are you going to meet Stan Lee again? I would love to meet Stan Lee. I haven't met him. I don't know what you mean again, because I haven't met him. I would love to meet him. I was going to say I was this close to meeting him, but honestly, I was about 15 feet from meeting him. So what happened was that I was at Fan Expo in Toronto a couple of years ago, and I was wearing my Stan Lee costume. You can actually go back on my channel. I think it's 2 years ago, I think. But just, you know, go on my channel and in the little search box, put Stan Lee and you'll get it. It's just the Stan Lee Talk Show, I think is what it's called. And it's me as Stan Lee interviewing other characters. And at the end of the day, while I'm there in my costume, I'm in the artist alley at the back of the place. And the artist alley people, like this row where I'm talking to my buddy, the back of his booth space, like the other side of that back is where all the lineups for the celebrity stuff is. So some volunteer says to me, seeing me dressed up as Stan Lee, she says to me, hey, Stan's just over there. Hey, you should go say hi. Okay, cool. So I go, and he's just behind, like, you know, what would be the back of the celebrity autograph area. He's just behind a curtain, basically. So I go down there and through there and open the curtain and go, and I see him. He's sitting in a chair. It registers. Oh, shit, there he is. Pardon my language. Oh, there he is. And I see he's talking to somebody. I would later find out that that somebody was a girl named Carly Woods, and I would make friends with her, and you would see her on this channel too. But that's a whole other thing. I didn't know her yet at the time. I just see this pretty girl talking to Stanley, and oh, so I go, and I literally I see him, and I get like one step, and just this giant sumo wrestler looking guy appears literally out of nowhere, as if out of a puff of smoke, just appears in front of me, puts a hand right in my chest and goes, "Can I help you?" It's like, "Yeah, I was gonna say hi to Stan." "Oh, he's doing an interview right now." "No, that's okay. Yeah, I'll wait. I just want to say." No. You got to arrange that through the press office. This gives me a whole bunch of reasons why I can't talk to him and have to get out of here. Just shoves me out, and that's the end of that. And that's the closest I've ever gotten to meeting Stan Lee. Geez, I would love to put him on this channel, especially considering that I'm going to be playing him in a couple of other projects that are coming up. We've actually got an idea for a movie that would be really, really fun to like do a Kickstarter for, or just to do something. So instead of doing it as a video on the channel, just do it in a slightly bigger form, even if it's only like half an hour long or something. We got this idea to do the early days of Marvel Comics, but to do it as a gangster movie. I'll tell you more about that another time. All right. Somebody's on here telling me that they have videos and want everybody to go watch them. And I was just about to tell you who it is, and it flew off my screen. All right. So there we go. Dragon Monarch does MC says, last question before going to bed. Do you think they should add more old-fashioned classic characters to the MCU, such as Misty Knight, the vibranium-armed hero? I think that's kind of a moot point, because the longer these movies go on, the deeper they'll dig for more characters, more characters, more characters. So if these movies, if these movies are successful long enough, you'll see Misty Knight and every other character that you thought you'd never see in the movies. And here's Ben V telling me, oh, it's Thursday. Oh my God, he's got to get to science class. Ben V, get to science class. And thanks for tuning in as long as you did, brother. El Chulo DK says, show us your cosplay of Deadpool. Well, I don't have the cosplay of Deadpool because the guy that plays Deadpool on my channel is not here right now. Otherwise, I would just hold up a costume for you, but I don't have one. That's a guy named Chris. He's called Corrupt Cosplay, and you can look him up. He's got his own Facebook page, very active on there, a lot of great photos, a lot of great characters. And he's actually starting to do really well with that stuff. Like, he's starting to get hired to do like promo modeling and stuff. Who can blame anybody that wants to get that guy to rep your brand? He's quite a character, and he's got a hell of a look. Dante Bacchetti says, I live in Canada too. Who is your favorite Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland? I never liked Andrew Garfield in those movies. I thought even from before the movies even came out, even that first one, The Amazing Spider-Man, when they announced that Andrew Garfield was going to be your next Spider-Man and Peter Parker, my reaction was kind of, oh, okay. Like I wasn't excited about that at all. It could be because I saw him as that guy from the Social Network, that Facebook movie. It could be that, like, you know, that role put me off of seeing him in that light or whatever. And also those movies ended up being nothing special. So Tom Holland, yeah, I don't want to jump on oh, he's the best Spider-Man I've ever seen. We haven't seen enough of him. But what we got was just so good that for me, yeah, it blows Andrew Garfield out of the water. But that's that's got more to do with the fact that I didn't like Andrew Garfield in the first place. Yeah. Rex Films is saying, who do you want to see in Deadpool 2? I want to see more Deadpool core. I want to see like Lady Deadpool, Headpool, Kidpool, Dogpool, like that whole thing. I want to see some of those characters utilized, because it would be interesting to see what they have to come up with for the story, what kind of contrivances they got to think up to be able to work those characters in and provide some kind of semi-plausible excuse for their being there. But I just got the Deadpool Blu-ray last week, and I've been watching it probably 3 or 4 times since I got it. Holy jeez, that's terrific. Matthew Guzman is asking, why so serious? What are you talking about? It's all smiles over here, buddy. Alex Cazares is saying, when will Lady Deadpool and Spider-Man go on that date? That's a great question. Sometime this summer. Endless Wonders is asking, do you think that Peter Parker could stay married? No, I don't, because once you got him married, you've confined what you can do with him as a character, because you know what are you gonna? There's only so much domestic bliss that the audience reads about, and also as writers are being brought into the Marvel Comics thing, they're going to want to, a new writer is always going to want to break Spider-Man's marriage up just for the drama. What'll it bring to the story? So you get them married just so that you can eventually break them up, and you break them up so that you can eventually get them back together. That's just the nature of serialized storytelling. Who's your favorite character in the Marvel Universe? That's the question coming from El Chulo DK, and the answer, as always, is Spider-Man. And Dante Becchetti is saying, who would win in a fight, Harley Quinn or Spider-Gwen? Spider-Gwen, because Harley Quinn doesn't have powers. I think Harley Quinn would get maybe like a couple of lucky shots in. I think Harley Quinn's more likely to join Spider-Gwen, and that they would be more likely to hang out. Yeah, and that is that. Mateo's over on Twitter asking me, Sean Ward, you like Spider-Man? Man, I love Spider-Man. Okay, you can probably hear it in my voice that I'm starting to be a little talked out, and this stream is up to about an hour long, so that's probably a good place to put a pin in it. Before we wrap things up here, I just wanted to say thank you so much, all of you out there, for watching, for taking a look at my live stream show. And really, again, I just came on here because reaching 300,000 subscribers is just such an incredible milestone, and I just wanted to come on and personally thank all of you out there for joining this party, for subscribing to this channel, watching these videos, sharing them with your friends. Like I said at the beginning of the show, you've probably noticed that we've been doing 2 videos a week lately. It's because I love cranking out the content. I love producing more stuff that I think you guys are going to like. The videos, I feel like they're getting better and better, and they're definitely getting better and better received. And like I was saying earlier, this whole YouTube channel thing is just like all I could have asked for in my career and the kind of life I was going to have. You know what I mean? So thank you all so much for just letting me live like this and do this awesome stuff and keep on making hot content for you. And if you're watching this later on, get your question below in the comments, and I'll feature your question in the next edition of Ask Sean Ward. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be doing another special for 500,000 subscribers, and then the big 1 million subscribers. So that's the new big dream. That's the goal. And hopefully we'll reach it there together. We're onward towards 1 million subscribers. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'm Sean Ward of The Sean Ward Show, saying thank you so much for subscribing, saying ask your question below to get in the next one, and saying come back on Friday, because you're going to see a new superhero video uploaded here every single Friday like you've been seeing for the last 2.5 years. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.